Up early in the morning. Thank God I woke up this morning. Uh, I don't know why they don't make cars with cell phone holders. Like you just another beautiful day. Look, see if I can turn this camera around. Hold on for a second. Beautiful day. I've been driving all around the world. Well, the United States. Came back from California. I'm in Texas now. Texas is huge. About to go to Houston. On my way to Houston. Then back to my family. But yeah, there we go. Finally found the spot for that thing. Go live, be live. Thank God. There's a lot of people that didn't make it today. A lot of people around the world laid down, got all ready for work, and got all comfy in the bed, and that was their last time they went. They never woke up. They got put in the freezer. I got a lot of friends that didn't make it to my age. You know what I'm saying? I was supposed to be dead long ago. Well, I always say that, but the pastor always told me you weren't supposed to be nothing. You're supposed to be alive. But there was chance times when, according to the world, I was supposed to be dead. YouTube is like my therapy. I do this for my girls, man. I do this for my wife and my daughter. I don't do it for nobody else. Well, that is not true. I do it for my dad. I do it for my dad too. You know what I'm saying? Even though if I was to look back at a lot of things that I've been through in my life that my dad has caused in my life, and if I held a grudge, it means I had the right to hold one. But I want God to forgive me for the things that I do. So how can I hold a grudge for the things that my dad did? Life is a trip, man. As you get older, bro, start to realize that it's short and it goes away pretty fast. I mean, if I can do drugs, alcohol, and run the streets all day long, I mean, who wouldn't want to do that? I want to get to a point in my life where I want to follow the Lord and be passionate and willing and just free will to do what I want to do for Him, not because I'm afraid of Him, but simply because I love Him. But don't get it twisted. We should all have a God fearing love, fearing for the Lord within us. It's all a good thing. But if I was to die in front of the Father, he'd be like, "Why you didn't do this and why?" I'll just simply say, "Because I was scared to burn. I was scared to live in the world that I've already been in already. I already been to prison, jails, group homes, abuse, a mental institution. People told me I'll never be nothing. So I was scared to live that life for eternity. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's a Freightliner, double bunk Freightliner. Yeah. But I got Fox, man. Of course he does. You know, I got two boys. I got two boys. I got two boys. Two of them. And their mother kept him away from me for years. She even told him I was dead. How can then all of a sudden you're with a woman and she has your two seeds and she just tells the kids that you're dead, that you know nothing. Crazy, man. Women out there, man, if you ain't with the baby father and he don't want you anymore, you ever don't take it out on him, man. That's between y'all two. But she instilled it into their head. I remember crying for years for these boys, man. I cried for years. I mean, I've been with my wife right now for 20, but I was with her when I was 17, 18, 7 years, and most of my life I did it in prison. Well, most of my relationship I was in prison with her, and I let her my brother in the house while I was in prison. I said, take care of my wife. He took care of her. All right. I don't talk to my brother to this. I don't hate him. He just don't want to talk to me because of the shame. He can't deal with it. But every night in prison, she was in the bed laying with him. And when I came out, she was so ashamed of it that she took the kids and left and went with her family in Alabama. This is the truth. Best guy in the world. My relationship wasn't nothing. I was a dog. I was around. I was young. You understand? But I would always bring that up to her face, and she hated it. She tried to hide it that she's with my brother, and she took the kids and she took them away for years. And when my son Elijah turned 18, he called me out of the blue. It was crazy. Said, "Yo, Dad," I couldn't even believe it. Yo, I was like, I was excited to talk to him. And he told me, my mother kicked me out. I found your page on YouTube through this YouTube right here. And I went over there and scrambled some money over there and drove all the way to Alabama from Florida to go get him. And when I seen him, he was frail. He was on drugs. I don't know what type of drugs, but he was on something. He was raising white boys down there in Alabama. He was bugging out. And my other son, Alex, looks just like me, man. It's all right. My son Alex had an accident not too long ago. Car crash, almost killed him. He had a tube down his throat, tube in his side, brain, everything, man. I went over there and held my son's hand. I went all the way from Texas and drove all the way down, took off from work, and I took my money and I went down there and went to go see him, man. Stayed in a hotel, drove all the way to Florida, man, and held his hand. And when he woke up, the first thing he told is, "Don't you bring that mother effer around me again." He called me and told me, "Piss on my grave." And I sit back and analyze myself. I'm like, damn, John John, John John, cool John John, the one that people love so much. You really make man just, I must really just hate you so, John. Your own seed. I'm a mother effer, you mother effer. The thing you did to my mother, I'm like, bro, this is so go. Just because I would speak about it, so they didn't want to speak about it, but I had to let it be known. I know you should let things go in the past, yeah, but come on, man. You have caused life. I didn't get to see you guys grow. I didn't go to the basketball games. I couldn't be a coach. I couldn't cheer you on. I couldn't take you to your football games. I couldn't motivate you to be what you wanted to be. I was angry about that stuff, man. She broke up. I'd be home, a family. She slept with my brother. I mean, what more can you do? You kept my kids away. So when you for years you kept y'all guys away. So when I would speak, I would and lash out, post about it on the internet about it. I don't talk to my brother to this day. To this day. And now you guys grew up, took you into my house and fed you and clothed you. I was a stern I was a stern dad. When you 18 years old, I picked both of you up, and then the other one turned 18. He came to live with me, both of them. I both jobs and put them in trucks and showed them how to wrap furniture and stop hanging around, little. Excuse me. When I'm done, he was hanging around some little weird boy. You know what I mean? Lean like. You know what I mean? I can't say the word, but I'm a man. That me I tell you. Raised by a Jamaican man. Yeah. And we know you know no leaning type of thing. So when we see the youth, I say, what's wrong with you, my youth? Nothing no go so around here, so. And I told him straight up, like, bro, get up out of here with that slackness, my youth. You're not gonna do them things around me. Yeah. I don't know if he went through or not. I don't know, but both of them, they maybe don't like it because I talk it. We don't know if people look on it. We don't know if they're gonna look on this. But them know say, oh, them used to move a pure blackness, that may I tell you. So I was like, yo, what on? No, sir. Why? And they didn't like me because of that. I used to always come up here and rough them up, shake them out of that type of business. You know what I mean? You can't lean nowhere around me, that may I tell you. So they didn't like it. I was too hard on them because I didn't want no gal picnic, that may I tell you. A man me off two of them. So I was making sure that they didn't lean when they was around me, bro. Straight up. So they took it personal. And I taught them the business. I even gave them my truck when I was in Jamaica. Gave them my truck when I was in Jamaica. They run it. And they run it into the ground. And they stole from the company. My own sons. The ones that I yearned for and cried for. J&R Moving that I had for 4 years. They ruined it into the ground. People was leaving reviews. Go to jnrmoving.com. J&R Moving in Tampa, Florida. It's 5 stars. I don't know how it still stayed 5 stars, maybe because I had so many stars. But they ran the company into the ground. And they have the audacity to, Elijah, my own son, has the audacity to tell me that I'm a bum. You bum ass nigga. You ain't shit you working for. You ain't nothing, nigga. Look, he holding stacks of money, put middle finger up. Boy, when you realize there's only one man that wants in your life that wants you to do better than him, and that's your dad. You tripping, boy. And then my son wondering why he's into that. He's getting into an accident, calling me mother effing this and that. It says in the Bible, it says, honor thy father and thy mother. Also, the fathers cannot provoke their children into anger, but I ain't provoked my brother. But yet, it's because you have the mind of your mother. But I've been abused by my own mother. She was 16 years. I've been told on by my own father and went to prison. My ex wrote a statement against me in our courtroom, and I was wondering who told on me. And my lawyer, their lawyer had to disclose it. in the courtroom while she was crying. I was wondering why she crying so hard. The judge turned around and said, she's the one who told on you. I'm dead serious. There's no lie. I couldn't believe it. I felt betrayed. I'm going to prison because you told the probation officer that I would smoke marijuana. I would smoke marijuana, and I went inside the probation office, and it was like, hey, you got to do a drug test. Even though I always use somebody else's urine, they were like, no, we're going to watch you. Like, wow, why is this coming around? Like, well, who did this? And it was my own flesh and blood. That's crazy. My dad called a probation officer one time when I got back out and told him as I was walking down the street, because he was on drugs, he wanted to get money because my ex was in the military and she was making about $1,000 a month just by going to school. And it would come to me to take care of the kids. He wanted it all to smoke it up. And he put me in prison. He told them that I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. At nighttime I would sneak out, and honestly I would take care of my own picnic. God help me, God strike me if I'm lying. All I want to do is take care of my children, but I had a Jamaican drug addict dad that put me in prison. And then when I defended myself, I remember one time I come home and he was beating on my stepmom. I said, Daddy, cut it out. Because when I was a little young boy, he would say, John, go sit down, boy. Yeah? And I couldn't say nothing to him because he would beat on my mom, beat on my stepmom, beat on every mom I ever had, bro. So this time I come in the room and I tell him, man, I say, yo, cut it out, man. Stop beating on this woman. She was crying on the ground, bro, screaming. And no lie, for the first time, I stand up to my daddy and punch him in his face. I give him one lick, excuse me, and I punched him in his face, two-piece, pop, pop. And I looked at him. He didn't know, say, I'm a big man, no. And he looked, oh, God, my son, me one son betray me. Yo, shut up, bro. Take them hits, my nigga. Take them hits to your face. And I could have stomped them out. I'm 240 pounds, 150 pounds. I'm 6'3". When I was like that, when I was like 16, 17, 18, I've always been. When I went to prison, you had to think twice. You had to come and jump. Leave me alone, bro. But he went to the people. He told them because I was abused as a child and I had a record against me. He told them that I was crazy. And they locked me up in Devereaux, man. And my own dad would come there and sit there at me and said, John, it's all right, John. Are you going to change? I'm looking at him like, this man is crazy. If I was like that, he would like, John, you know you are the problem, John, and you have to change. You cannot come out of here because he had the right to sign me out. And he was like, I am not going to take you here if you're not ready to be here, John. I was like, oh, shit. This nigga here crazy, man. I'm the black sheep of the family. I'll never be nothing, man. Teacher told me I'll never make it. Stop standing out the window. You ain't gonna never be nothing. And I'm standing out the window right now making money. Staring out the window in 5 days, I can make 2 grand. So don't get it twisted. I'm making something for myself, bro. I got a family. You could always dictate on integrity by his family. I may not be the best man in the whole world, but I've been married for 20 years. And I got a beautiful daughter that loves me. My 2 boys, they don't off with them. It's okay. I hope you prosper, but I don't give a doggone if you call me or not. My heart is too damn icy and cold from the things that happened to me in my life for me to worry about. And I didn't even raise you little dudes. I was in your life until 3 and to 6. You came in my life at 18. Now you're 20 something years old talking trash. After I gave you something, you stayed in my life about 3 years. So you add that time up. And you call me sperm donor and all this stuff that you told me when I was fighting to give you child support, when I was fighting to give you mail and they'll send it back or burn it. When I gave you Christmas toys, they wouldn't even y'all. How dare you discredit me and mock me and make fun of me as I'm not John. You're mud. You're mud. Think you're gonna mud me? No, sir. So I'm gonna praise God. God, thanks, man, and trying to change my life for the better, if I can make sure I do something for my family. Like I said, I've been married for 20 years and I love my wife, man. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm far from it. And God knows He's shining a light on me, man. Look how beautiful that is, guys. I'm watching the sunrise right now. I'm watching it rise. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the sun literally it just popped up over the peak. God is good, man. On everything, I've been, I don't, yo, bro, I do so much in my life, man. I remember I had federal charges. I couldn't even fly over I had warrants in Alabama hiding in the back of trunks, trying to get past the borders. Stuff, man. I remember all this stuff, man. I'm being extradited and handcuffed in back bus, being extradited from Florida, from New York to Florida, man. Twice in back of a bus, getting extradited like cattle, transferring different buses, and I'm handcuffed. They feeding me McDonald's all the way down, 2 months on a bus, being transferred up and down like cattle, man. Transcorp of America. Make two little dudes. They're in moving business right now because of me. They got a company called A&E Moving right now. You got a company, you own a company and you're boasting about what you're doing. And you can't even say, yo, dad, thanks for teaching me. They were like, yeah, you taught us something, but we took it better than you. Damn ungrateful bumbleclad children, them. Sometimes, excuse me, but when I just think about it, I just say, damn, boy. Sometimes I would never know, no. That, man, I tell you, from the beginning, I wish I'd have never come across all them tears for years to come to see some too ungrateful little pig. Damn, boy. My daughter, that's why I invest everything in my daughter. She loved me so much, man. My baby, she can come right, man. My baby girl, thank you so much. I raised her. I took care of her. I cut the umbilical cord. I was there for her, man. That's my daughter. If I, then God knows I don't know what else to do. I could lose the boy picnic because they tough, they rough. Get ahead and pull your drawers up, son. Wipe the doodle out your nose, boy. But let me tell you something. My princess smashed me, man. I would love to have a relationship with my boys. Believe me, I tell you, they ain't even my boys with them dudes. But they'll have to come to me and say, "Oh, pops, I'm sorry for the things that I said to you and all that." Other than that, man, yo, poof, be gone. I've even tried to text them over and over and over and over and over again. They'll talk to me and then he'll show me money, put his middle finger up, talk to me a little. I got a new car. And then I'm like sitting here like this is competition. Even my wife knows. She's like, babe, it's all about competition, man. With that, I don't understand them. And I don't understand them either. Like who taught y'all that? Taught y'all this shit, man. I hope the best. But my life is my life. I did without y'all when I was in prison jails and y'all was growing up in Alabama, wherever your mom kept y'all hidden, because I had warrants. That's why I couldn't go to Alabama. She knew it. I had a warrant for my arrest, absconding, and the state didn't press charges. That back in those days, if you didn't come back state and to go back in that jurisdiction, they wasn't funding, have funds back then. Whoever was president back then or whatever didn't have funds to go and collect you and to bring you back to that state and then spend more money on processing and all that. So as long as my black self stayed out of that state, it was good. And the statute of limitation was 7 years. So every time I went around Alabama. You know what I'm saying? And I hated Alabama. Trust me, I tell you, I only stayed there for a little bit. She brought me down for the military. And I had this something to it so bad in Alabama that if I was to go to the prison systems, I probably wouldn't have, I would have probably made it out because I know myself, but I would have been scarred up, buck 50, buck 80 across my face. My teeth would have probably been missing. I would have been all black eyed up all the time and beat the damn near death. You know what I mean? Because I had did some horrible things to a youth. You know what I'm saying? When I was down there in Alabama in the jail system down there. I beat them pretty bad. You know what I mean? So it's like their family was locked up down there. So if I was to go to Alabama in them times, I would have really called. Trust me when I tell you. So when I took myself out of to getting out of Alabama, man, it was crazy. My life is crazy, man. I got out of Alabama, I got bonded out, and I just took off. I went as far as I can. Went to New York with my sister. Then I went to California. I met some broad online back in the days when you used to be like, "Yo, my name is John." You know what I'm saying? I'm 6 feet 3, 220 pounds. You know what I mean? I got a little voice on me, everything. I'm very smart. And hit me back. And then they'd be like, "Hello, my name is Christina. I was like in your profile. Hit me up." Ah, y'all remember them days? So boom. I don't know, man. I had some swag back in the day, so I went to California, man. I had did a little lick and got like $3,000. I remember. And I'm not even playing with you. I'm telling you, I was hitting a lick. I hit for like 3,000, and I did it by myself too. Ain't want no co-defendants. I already learned by going down, bro. So I took that boom. I went to California and I met this little white girl. Said she was crazy as hell, dirty as I don't know what too. She was kind of pretty, but when I got off the plane, I wanted to get back on. See, we didn't have that like that back then, so you could email me a picture, but we didn't have time for that. You know what I mean? So when I got off the plane, I couldn't even believe my eyes. Not plane, the Amtrak. Couldn't even believe. I was like, I couldn't take a plane back then. They ID'd you, I would have went straight to prison. So I went down there. I couldn't even believe it, man. I was like, damn, I'm way out. I gotta go force this girl. I went home and told her to clean up everything and clean up. Her family was like just into me. So I went to the mall. I used to tell her to drop her at the mall, man. I remember her name was Shannon. She was like, drop me. She was like, I don't want. Why you don't want me to go with you? I'm like, hell no. I need time to think. You know what I'm saying? To get out. She was like, all right. I'm in there looking for anybody. That's why I met on somebody on my Facebook by the name of Jimmy. Yeah, Jimmy. I was like, yo, bro, listen, bro. You black, I'm black. You need to help me out from New York. He was like, you really from New York? I was. He didn't just happen that fast. He was kind of weirded of me. You know what I'm saying? Kind of weary. But he finally looked out for me. He was like, yo, one day he called me. He was like, yo, you want to chill? I came over there and chill. Boom. He had some other girl over there. She was like, he's single. Boom. Within 5 hours of talking to her, she was like, you come stay with me, man. Tasia. I started staying with Tasia, and the other girl was going crazy. It's a long story, man. But I got with Tasia, and I don't know, man. I was with Vivian for a long time when I went to New York, but she had left me because my mind wasn't right, man. She wanted to follow God and get married. I wasn't with all that. I was with them streets. I wanted the streets, bro, and I wanted it fast. But I started missing her, man. She sent me a "You Saved Me" CD. Anyways, that's another story, man. Life of the trucker. Get bored sometimes. One love. How old are they? 21, and I don't even know. That's how I don't even care. Later.